Hi kids, Heidi here. I'm down here in the corner. So I'm going to do a what's sold video. What's sold over the last 10 days, July 1st through July 10th. So that includes that weird holiday weekend that started and then stopped and started up again in the middle of the week. I was so confused all week. And I've got 46 items to show you, so I'll try to not dilly-dally, but also not make it all about the numbers. Of those 46 items, I sold 16 on Poshmark and 30 on eBay, but my biggest sales were on Poshmark. I had a couple really nice high dollar items. The first one is this jacket. So I got this in a thread-up box, and I listed it about 2 months ago. My cost of goods for each item in that thread-up men's rescue box was $4. And this jacket is new with tags. An Aloe Yoga new with tags men's varsity goat jacket is what it was called. It was still on the website for $298, and it was listed for 2 months. I tried it at a bunch of different price points, but I didn't get a lot of likes or offers. And so Posher VA, once I adjusted the price about every 3 or 4 weeks, Posher VA sent out an offer of $84, and that was accepted. So not 110, it went for 84. So I was happy about that. It's very cool. It had aloe really big on the back. Let me see if I can show you that at least. It was called the goat jacket. Yeah, that's what the back looked like. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, when I pulled that out of the thread-up box, I was like, okay, that box is paid for. The next item was I've had for over a year. Boiled wool just is not popular anymore. That's what this is. It's LL Bean, was made in Austria. A purple boiled wool wrap jacket. Paid $5.03 for it. I did not sell it for 32. I sold it for 24. And yeah, boiled wool, I really haven't been buying it as much lately because it just doesn't. Sorry, I'm trying to find a place to put my little box of my head so it doesn't get cut off. Boiled wool just isn't popular. It's a classic. Pendleton makes some nice stuff. Woolrich, LL Bean, but so I kind of regret that. I mean, $24 out of a $5 investment is okay, but it took a year, so nah. This I got at Goodwill for $4.99, and it was listed for 4 months, solitaire. You can see the label there if you want to, solitaire. I thought it was pretty for somebody who liked this, right? Beads and embroidery. And I took an offer of $17. And so, I don't know, is solitaire good? This one wasn't particularly, it took 4 months to sell. So I think I'll have to be more careful next time. This was a Norma Kamali dress I got for $5.99 at Goodwill. It sold in 6 weeks for $36. That was my asking price. It's stretch jersey knit, beautiful surplice front, and yeah, very happy with that sale. I mean, Norma Kamali, I would always look at it to see if it's something I wanted to get. The wrap dresses are awesome too, but these jersey dresses. So $5.99 I paid, and I sold for 36. And we're on July 2nd now. Another Poshmark sale was these vintage Big Mac coveralls. These were so strange, and I didn't realize it till I got them home. So, they look like coveralls, as you can tell. And they said Big Mac on the snap, but nowhere else. And where's the Big Mac snap? Anyway, right up there at the neck it said it. I got my daughter to model them once I realized the inseam was 23 inches. And so I had my 5'1" daughter put them on, and I had a long description about how please check the measurements. These were probably from the late 70s, but I listed them for 30, and that's what they sold for. So they were denim carpenter mechanic coveralls. Coveralls are kind of a pain. I don't know that I'm going to try and stay on top of that trend. So that's probably it for me in coveralls. Here is a brand that I just never see in other people's hauls. It's Samuel Dong. I'll show you the label. I probably find Samuel Dong every other month, and I pick up most of it, and most of it sells within a couple months. I used to send it to the Real Real. They loved it. But me and the Real Real, I don't do the Real Real anymore. Samuel Dong stuff is very unusual. It's sold in boutiques, and the company's got a fabulous website with all their fall stuff out already. But it usually takes a couple months to sell. This took 2 months. I paid $3.74 for it. It's a zip front shirt. He does a lot of wired collars. So this collar has wire in it. I once sold a blouse that had wire all the way down the front with like 3 layers of ruffles. Very kind of avant-garde, edgy stuff, but it always sells, and it usually sells anywhere between $30 and $50. So I don't see other people get Samuel Dong. It's not quick, but I like it. Hurley board shorts I don't typically get, but these were in a thread-up box, so of course I listed them. They were new with tags, and I found out they were the Phantom Currents, so I listed them for $25, and that's what they sold for. Items in this thread-up men's rescue box cost me $4.25. I don't pick up Hurley at the thrift store, but I would list it in a men's thread-up box for sure. The next item was a Poshmark sale. This was on the 3rd now, and it was a bundle. I don't get very many bundles. So the 2 items were listed for $22 and $29, but the bundle sold for $41. And the first item was this Madewell striped long sleeve tee. No big deal. The other item was an Eddie Bauer extra large down puffer, which I had listed for $29. So those 2 items, I had $2.50 in the Madewell top, and I got this at the outlet. My cost was 90 cents. And so I had $3.40 into the 2, and the bundle was $41. So I pick up Madewell t-shirts if they're very cheap or at the outlet, but Madewell t-shirts don't bring much money. But it was a nice bundle with this down vest. And I do get Eddie Bauer down quite frequently, so not a lot of Eddie Bauer, but the down stuff, definitely. So here's something unusual. Excuse me. I sell quite a bit of Ralph Lauren in all the different lines. And these look like very ordinary swimming trunks. Why would I ever get them? Because this is exactly the kind of Ralph Lauren I don't usually get. Plain with nothing but a pony on it. But I have sold so many vintage pairs of Ralph Lauren swim trunks. And here's why they sell. The 5-inch inseam, shorty. If you look at like Chubbies, which is all the rage now for men's swimwear, they have a variety of inseams and they sell short ones. So these were short because that was fashionable back then, but that's why they sold. They got a cute lime green waistband, and I had to replace the drawstring, but I did it, and no big deal. So sold them for $30, and I paid $2.87, and they sold in, get this, 2 weeks for my full price on Poshmark. Also on the 3rd, I sold this. That's not what I was expecting to see. Where's my J. Crew? Oh, next. Okay. We'll come back to this J. Crew sweatshirt because it's not supposed to be in this spot. It's supposed to be over here by this pink sweatshirt. Like right there. We'll try it there, okay? Okay, the next item to sell was on the 3rd on eBay was this dress. It's a long maxi dress, 100% cotton in a t-shirt style, but it's thick cotton, not lightweight like a t-shirt would be. Here's the label, M. Mac. I've sold this once before, and it sold in, I had a short dress in a very common print, very common size. There were lots of them for sale. and I sold it in a week for $25. So the next time I saw MMAC, I thought, well, I'm going to get that. And I paid $5.24 for it. Then when I started doing comps, I found out that maxi dresses get a lot more. And then I found out that no one had sold one with this print. And so I put rare pattern in the title, and it sold for my full asking price in about 6 weeks for $65. And that went to an international buyer. So I don't know if you've ever found MMAC. You're probably not going to get $65 for all of them, but if I find it again, I will definitely comp the pattern and find out what it's worth. Okay, now I've lost my Lands End tankini somewhere. This was a 3XL Hawaiian shirt that I got at Goodwill for $3.99. I thought someone in my family might want it, but they did not. The brand is nothing. I wouldn't get it again. Xers, but it was made in the USA. And I don't know what it was made out of. Probably rayon. I didn't know what size it was. I had to measure it. So I said, measures as a 3XL. But here's the reason that it sold very quickly. And I got a 5-star love note. Look at that. It's got fishermen casting nets, dancers with the leis. There were people playing guitar. There were fruit. To me, Hawaiian shirts that depict more than just flowers or just palm trees, if they have people on them, do much better. Bright colors with people. So this no-name, who knows what size it is shirt sold for $25 in about a week. And I paid $3.99. This isn't a brand I recommend to you, but just shows you can sell things based on what they look like. Next on Poshmark, I had a sale of some chacos. This was my first time ever finding them. They had leather uppers and leather footwears. They're called the Wayfarer. I paid $1.28. I got them at Goodwill Outlet at the bins, and they sold for $40 in about 6 weeks. I cleaned them with, I know it's leather, but I cleaned them with a baby wipe because they just seemed a little grimy, and they came out looking lovely. And yeah, they had a lot of likes. 12 people liked them, and then they sold for full price. This next sale on Poshmark was so fun because I was daring with my pricing. This is Peter Millar, and it looks like, oh my goodness, I didn't even put a tag in. Well, I didn't even put a brand tag in it. But this is clearly Peter Millar on the sleeve. And look at that print. This is a quarter zip, and it had skull and crossbones all over it. And a couple others that had skull and crossbones in bigger print, mine was a mini print, had sold for between $40 and $50. So I just listed this XL quarter zip for $50. Their Perth Performance quarter zips go for $150 retail. I listed it for $50, and in 3 weeks it sold for full price. I was very happy about that. Sometimes be daring. If stuff doesn't sell, you can always mark it down. So I once did a deep dive. This is on eBay now. We're on July 4th. We have been for several sales now, but I did a deep dive into pink. What sells for pink? And not a lot of it gets a lot of money. We all know about the hot pink velour track seats with the rhinestones and everything. But unless pink has huge pink on it, it doesn't get much money. And this did not get much money anyway, sold for $19.99. The highest value stuff I found when looking at solds for Victoria's Secret pink were sports teams combined with pink. So collegiate or professional sports teams that had big pink and big sports logos on them did the best. But I'd really love to hear what you think. I'm not gonna pick up pink anymore unless it's something that just makes me go, wow. This didn't, it's just a ratty raw edge sweatshirt. So for $20, and I paid $4.99 for it. It took 4 months. This was a disappointment. This is J. Crew. It's a sweatshirt, but look at it. It's got this little pleated ruffle at the bottom. Isn't that adorable? Nobody else thought so. I paid $3.99 for it, and after a year, somebody gave me $15. J. Crew is getting so hard, and it's a shame because it's good quality. It lasts forever, as we know, because we keep finding stuff with green tags. It lasts forever, and nobody will pay you much of anything for it afterwards. So apparently I have that in there twice. What's next? Oh, Royal Robbins quick dry nylon pants sold for $15. Guess what? It took me 3 years. Royal Robbins, it's fine if you're an outdoorsy person. Royal Robbins clothes will suit you very well, but it has no resale value at all. Don't buy it. There's the tag. Oh, okay. I was on my Wisconsin road trip, and I stopped at the outlet near Racine, and I pulled this whale of a coat up on shore and thought, wow, that's a fur coat. That's a faux fur coat, all right. And I looked at the tag, and it said Pamela McCoy. And so I've got this thing, it filled my cart. Instantly, my cart was full, even though I hadn't found anything. Pamela McCoy collections. The comps were anywhere from $30 to $200 for Pamela McCoy coats. And the ones that did the best were like, I don't know, white ocelot or something, just really exotic looking. The brown ones, not as much, but I thought, well, I'm at the outlet, and that's just the worst thing. If you ever say to yourself, does this look too worn? Put it back. And if you say, well, I'm out the outlet, put it back. Anyway, I did not put it back. My average cost that day was $1.25. I did not pull out this heavy thing and weigh it separately. I should have, but everything was $1.25 because of the price per pound I paid. And it was a bear to list. And once I got it on the hanger, I thought, gosh, that's hideous. I don't even know what kind of animal it's supposed to be. It's got these tears. Oh, is that just the... Oh. Somebody loved it and offered me $30, and I said, yes, please. I think they paid that much for the shipping. No, $14 to ship it. But it took 3 weeks, and this was the first offer I had. I had no likes, I had no watchers, I had no nothing. So maybe I would get a Pamela McCoy coat again, but only if it was one of the pretty ones, I guess is the best way to say that. Victoria's Secret flannel pajamas. I'm done with those. These took 5 months to sell. I paid $3.37. I really thought they'd sit around till Christmas, but no. Sometimes you just sell what you can find, and apparently that day I thought that was a good deal. Paid $3.37, sold for $18. Took 5 months. Yeah. Nope. Okay, these, Jones, New York, I got at the outlet, and I said, well, they're only Jones, but they're new, and I'm at the outlet. Paid $1.25, and in a month, I got a $21 offer. So yeah, I made some money. So what do you think of my way of showing pants? It's the waistband and that shows the leg width. I try to do this with all my pants because this is not an attention-getting cover shot. If everybody on the screen in the search results looks like that and mine looks like this, I think it catches your attention. What do you think? Anyway, that's my pants method. And those sold in a month for $21. Now we're up to the 5th of July. Here is a men's original penguin shirt. It's new with tag, and I bought it at Goodwill for $5.99. But you can see why, because I sold it for $39. I have sold some original penguin shirts that I got in Goodwill thread-up boxes, and they were selling for like $25 used. So when I saw the new with tags ones, I thought, okay, I'm going to get it. And there are some guys who, I think twice a year, go to the original penguin and buy all their shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve. And this one sold in 6 weeks for $39. Do you ever sell original penguin? So this is the old Munsingwear. Munsingwear is see, it says Munsingwear underneath. That's a very old company of clothing manufacturer, but Original Penguin, I think, is having a moment. Next sale on the 5th was also on Poshmark. It's a smart wool men's cycling jacket called the Corbett. The retail on it originally was $200. Um, I had a lot of like 15, 20, $25 offers. I was disappointed. I thought I would get in the neighborhood of 60, 70 maybe. But after 4 months, I took an offer of $41. So, and yeah, somebody messaged me because I didn't have a size on it, or I had listed it as large, but it was really a medium. So, I don't know. It's not all merino. Maybe that's why it didn't go for as much. All of this is quilted nylon. But I will always get smart wool, even with holes. The next sale on the 6th of July was this Gap women's linen shirt. I don't pick up Gap, but I was at the outlet. Paid $1.25. It sold in a month for $19. The reason I got it was because it was linen and I liked the plaid, and it was an XL, and it was $1. I don't get Gap at the thrift store ever. This Athleta is called the Everyday Skort. I had it for 4 weeks. I paid $4.99 for it, and it sold not for $24.99 but for $22.24. So it has little shorts underneath, and it's not new Athleta, but the Everyday Skort is popular. So $22 is pretty good, I think. Yes, I would get that again. Okay, I got this at the outlet accidentally. It was one of those things I put in my cart. It was new with tags, and I was hoping, I was going to set it aside and run comps on it, and I never did it. And it was so tiny that it got lost in the cart. But it was eyelet peasant top, kind of cute. But the brand, Anna and Rose, is nothing. And so I paid $1.25, and after 3 weeks, I took an offer of $14.24. So I don't recommend that to anyone, even at the outlet. This is one of 2 Arc'teryx tanks that I had for sale. So we know Arc'teryx gets money, and you'll see later it can get a lot of money. But the basics don't really. This was for sale for 3 months, and it sold for $15. And I paid $4.99 for it. So I would be careful with the more basic pieces like t-shirts and tanks. Love to know what your experience is with that. I don't think I didn't really even have a lot of likes or offers. So, and then on the 7th, I had no Poshmark sales on the 7th, but on eBay, this sold in 1 day. This I got in a ThredUp men's box for $3.50. This is a Gerbeau t-shirt, 3XL, with like a graffiti graphic on the front. It looked almost new, but I just said great pre-owned condition. So I paid $3.50, and I listed it, and 1 day later it sold for full price of $20. The comps weren't any better than that. I thought I would probably end up selling it for $15. And I would not have picked it up. I sell Gerbeau jeans, but I wouldn't have done a t-shirt. But because it came in a ThredUp box, I sold it. Happy surprised. It sold quickly. Excuse me, I need a drink. When I have time, I like to look in the linen section at Goodwill. I paid $1.49 for this table runner. It is linen and cotton blend. The brand is Ballard. So when I found the label and the content, I just checked comps on Ballard Table Runner, and they looked like they could sell anywhere between $25 and $40. So I listed mine for $29, and that was my cover shot, just to show what the edge looked like, because this is an ugly cover shot. So I sent an offer of $25.81 in 6 weeks, and it sold. So I love to do linens. They ship very easily, and usually Goodwill prices them very cheaply. FootJoy men's golf shorts. I always look at FootJoy when I find it and run comps on it. These sold for $19.88 in 2 days. And that was a good price. I don't think they sold quickly because they were underpriced. They're just a men's 36 with a 9-inch inseam. And so I always look at FootJoy and comp it. I don't just pick it up blindly. This was a disappointment. This was on July 7th. This Allen Flusser, which is very expensive men's clothing. Allen Flusser, paisley sport coat in a cotton blend. The comps were anywhere from, well, some people, sell them for $25 to over $100. And I thought this was a really hideous, awful paisley print, so it should do pretty well. And I think I listed it for $50, and in 5 months I had nothing, not a nibble. Somebody finally sent me a $30 offer, and I said, "You betcha." So that was disappointing. I would comp Ellen Flusser. I only paid $4.79 for it, but maybe it's Flusser. Maybe that's why I didn't sell it, because I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, I would buy it again if it was the right piece. $4.79 into 30, there's nothing wrong with that. These are some men's Flojos sold on eBay in a month. I paid $4.35. They sold on an offer of $15. I don't know. I thought they'd do better because of the camo and the big size 11. But I guess next time I find Flojos, I'll look. I would probably get them at the outlet. But, that's not a huge profit. These, I never get Vans. I don't know anything about them. I don't know which ones are good. I think they're heavy and always weird looking. But these were in my husband's closet, and he brought them to me and said, "Here." And I said, "Thanks." And we took an offer of $17.88. So all of you watching know way more about Vans than I do, and I have no interest in learning. Okay, here is a Poshmark sale on 7/8. And I would like you to learn about this brand because it sells fast. So the retail on this lightweight bamboo hoodie was just $60. And I sold it, quickly. I sold it in 2 weeks for $25. Almost half the retail. The sell-through rate on Free Fly, men's, women's, tops, bottoms, look it up. You'll see. It doesn't sell for huge money, but it sells. So down here in the corner, I don't know if you can see, their logo is little waves. And here I'll show you the label. So those waves are always on the corner of the garment somewhere. But I will pick up this is the second piece I found. The first one was a pair of joggers, and they sold in a couple days for $35. So I think I'm always going to pick up Free Fly until it stops selling for me. But check that brand out. The retail's not really high, but apparently it has a following. And the next one, why I bought this? Well, I know why I bought it. Because it's a silk and linen blend sweater. Silk and linen. And it's green, but it's Banana Republic. When am I going to learn? Well, I did not pick this out. I bought a Helpsy Source men's box just to try it out. I won't do that again. Paid $2.80. It took 4 months. I took an offer of $19.01. Is there anything banana that sells well for good money? Anything? I haven't found it. Here's a brand we all like, Ariat. This was the Ariat Tech Heat Series women's quarter zip. I paid $2.50 for this at Salvation Army, and it sold in 2 days. I had one buyer on Poshmark and on eBay, same buyer. It was the same small town in Texas. Make me repeated offers. And I had listed it for $29, and I just kept counting $25 because it had only been 2 days. And I think if I'd waited, I probably could have gotten $29. So Ariat sells clothes too, and besides jeans and boots. And this sold in 2 days for $25. So I would do that again. Here's a Brighton bag that sold on eBay. Took 3 weeks, and I paid $4 for it. It's a straw bag with a snake skin trim, not real snake, and some silver hardware. It was really clean inside, just a couple spots. I listed it for $30, paid $4, I think I said, and I accepted a $24 offer after 3 weeks. So I always look at Brighton. Sometimes they're really out of date looking, but I thought this straw bag with the snake print and had braided handles. It was kind of cool. Oh, these blasted pants. I, I I don't know when I bought them. Years ago. I sold them twice. So here's the horrible cover shot. They're wide leg, pull on, polyester stretchy wide leg pants. But isn't that an amazing print? I think. I sold them once and the lady said they were too long. I think they had like a 36-inch inseam. The rise was like 16, 17 inches. They were just very long and skinny. And they're gone now. $14 I took an offer, but I sold them twice. No, they were unbranded and I only bought them because of the print. And I shouldn't do that. Okay, so here's something interesting. Let me get to the right picture. Okay, this came in a men's thread-up box. So this was a Poshmark sale, right? Yeah. So this came in a men's thread-up box. It's Columbia. It's not down. So I paid $4.25 for it. The retail was $120, and you might say, Heidi, why would you list a Columbia not down puffer vest for $58? Well, because it's Omni-Heat. And this exact vest is currently selling on Columbia and Amazon for $120. Omni-Heat looks like this inside. It's reflective silver with these little dots. So if you ever see anything Columbia with the Omni-Heat inside, get it. My husband has one of their jackets and he says it's almost unbearable to wear because it's so hot. And so I listed this in summer. I think I listed it in April and I just let it sit and somebody came and bought it full price for $58. So Columbia, in addition to, you should always look at their down things to see if they're worth it. But Omni-Heat. I'm not saying you'll have the same luck I did, but that was a good sale. And I paid $4.25 in a thread-up box. So here's my other big sale of the month. That was also on Poshmark. The sale took 2 weeks. I found an Arc'teryx women's Sentinel Light jacket with Gore-Tex for $5.99 at Goodwill. The retail's $498. I listed it for $212 and I accepted an offer of $167. I think Poshmark sent out an offer. So very happy. $167 out of $5.99. Somebody asked me all kinds of questions about the draw cord, an internal pocket and all that stuff. And that was not the person who ended up buying it. Poshmark sent an offer and somebody picked it up. It had 13 likes. And like I said, it sold in 2 weeks. So you'll notice I said Gore-Tex. And everybody on eBay says, no, you can't use the word Gore-Tex. Yes, you can. You can't call something Gore-Tex unless you can prove that it is Gore-Tex. And this jacket, I'll find it somewhere. With technical jackets, you should always do a lot of photos. There. No, yeah. So right there on the jacket, it says Gore-Tex. So if you just feel something and think, ooh, that feels like Gore-Tex, you should not use it in the thing unless it's on a label or on the product itself. Then you include a picture of that. I've sold a lot of things that are Gore-Tex without any trouble getting Veroed or whatever you want to call it, because I only use the word Gore-Tex when it is. Okay, so that's a tip. This was a mistake. I paid $350. It took 8 months. It's just too old. I mean, it's space dye, for goodness sake. When have we seen that last? Look at this tag. Yeah, I sold a 112-year-old Athleta tee for $15. Yay. Okay, red camel. I don't recommend you pick it up. This is what that tag looks like. They do a lot of uniforms too, in addition to red. What's the other one? Red something. But red camel. It came in a thread-up box, and it was a new with tags Hawaiian shirt. This is exactly the kind of Hawaiian shirt that gets less money, unless it's an amazing brand. But see, it's just floral. No people on it. No hula girls. But it sold for $10 on an offer. The only reason I sold it was because I got it in a thread-up box, and I try to list everything. Next is a Duluth trading, but it's Alaskan Hard Gear, which they are now rebranding as AKHG, but this still is old and has the Alaskan Hard Gear by Duluth Trading. It's the Bush Pilot shirt. This came out of my husband's closet, but it also came from the Goodwill, so it was $374 originally. He just didn't like the color. I had it listed for 3 months, and it sold for $25 on an offer. I don't buy all Duluth or Alaskan Hard Gear, but I always comp it. I always look up the style. Here's where you find the style on Duluth Trading stuff. Do you see those 5 digits at the top of the little tiny white tag? Those 5 digits are the style number for Duluth. And you'll find that tiny white tag on all their pieces, if it hasn't been removed, and it's the first 5-digit number. Okay, this is something you don't care about. My husband, a long time ago, bought some robotic tuning pegs for one of his guitars. Yes, it was supposed to keep the guitar in tune automatically with mechanical tuning heads. Anyway, he lost the charger, never used it, preferred to tune his own guitars. We sold that for $58.43. If you ever see one, I recommend you get it. Here is another sale on the 10th. A Free People dress. Paid $1.28. I got it at the Goodwill outlet. Can you believe it? I just pulled a Free People dress like that out of the bin. It had quite a few watchers and likers, but no offers. And then I sent an offer for $38.40, and it sold on eBay. Here's another item I wouldn't pick up because I don't know anything about soccer jerseys. This is a FC Barcelona soccer jersey. It was new with tags. It came in a thread-up box for $367. It's the last thing to sell out of a box I got last August. And I took an offer of $19.96, not $24. But I just listed it and forgot about it. And eventually I sent out offers and somebody said, yeah, I'll take that. So I don't know anything about soccer jerseys, and I don't recommend them. And then we're kind of ending on a downer note. This Martha Stewart everyday chambray top with a zipper at the shoulder, sold for $18.99. I paid $3.59 for it. I bought that for myself, and I did not like it. So I don't plan to pick up Martha Stewart every day again. Sold for $18.99. Only took a month. So those are my sales for the first 10 days of July. I'm pretty pleased. eBay's been slower than normal. When I look at my 30-day sales compared to the previous 30 days, I'm down about 20%, but Poshmark's been making up some of the difference, so that makes me happy. Well, I hope this wasn't too boring, and come back next time for a lot more fun, I promise. But that's what's sold. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, kids.